So we are going to flatten this piece, and this piece is already pretty flat, but let's pretend that you have a dip in your liner and you have to even that out. So what I like to do is tilt this back and forth to hit the corners in a rocking motion, and then if you want to get fancy, you can spin it. After that, just try to ride it down the middle and it'll even it out. However, this is wooden, plastic, fiberglass, and stone goop with mystery binder. You do not want to breathe anything in that you're going to make from a handle. So get a respirator. If you've been watching this whole thing, you may have noticed that I messed up. I tapered the tang before I drilled my holes in my scales. I'm sorry. It wouldn't be an amateur video if I didn't screw something up. But here's the beauty of it. I'm going to show you how to fix that. So the reason why I can't drill them now is that the blade sits crooked on the scale material. So if I drill a hole through, it's going to shoot through at an angle and it won't line up on the other side, which is a big issue. But let's pretend we're going to trot along and I will explain kind of my process of how I put my handles on if I were to do it properly in the first place. What I do is I start with one piece, which you may note is the shorter of the pieces. So that way, no matter where I put this on here, this longer piece will have plenty of room to meet up with it. So no mistakes there. Blue tape on both sides with carpet tape. Pretty simple solution to a really complicated problem. There's a lot of jigs that you could do. I've seen a lot of guys with can't twist clamps that hold it down, and I mean, tape works really good for me. I haven't had any problems with it yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape my short side onto this knife, or onto this side, and I'm going to drill tiny little nicks into the handle material just to mark where my holes are, so that when I can take the knife off when I'm done, I'll be able to go back over and drill my holes through straightly. This is flat enough and parallel enough that I shouldn't have too much of a problem to get these guys to fit together at the end of the day. So I'll have my holes marked. I'll just have to take the side off before, do this one again. Normally, what I'd like to do is keep these taped together with my choice holes drilled all the way through, and then these holes just touching through the liner to create little gaps for glue. And then I'd have this one taped up again, sandwich them together, flip it over, and drill my holes through the other side, crack that off, and then go through and do my little glue holes again. So I will get to drilling and we will come back with a mountable set of handle scales. Here's where I'm at with the handles. Got the holes drilled. I like to use the ends of these Dremel bits so they won't fall out on the other end. So that slides on. And then this side I already cut out. Kind of see where we're going with this. Next step is going to be cutting this other panel out, and then I will put these together and start to shape the guard up here. I like to leave it as full as I possibly can. Sometimes it's fun to, I don't know, make a drastic angle or something here. I don't know. I have to look at it for a minute or two and decide what shape it's going to be. But before I do that, I'm going to cut out the other side, and I will probably bring the back ends of this flush to the tang so I can get a better look at what I want my front piece to look like here. So I'll bring it back when I've got the other side cut out and flush to the tang.